Now, today we have with ourselves Dr. Freddie Flavian. He has got rank 1478 in the May INICET and is presently pursuing anesthesia and CCM from AIMS Jodhpur. So, Freddie, introduce yourself.
Hello, bro. I'm Freddie from Tamil Nadu. I did my UG in Pondicherry. It's from a private institute called Manukula Vinayagar. So it's now in May I have got a rank of 1478, and now I'm doing anesthesia CCM as bro told. So it has been good. The journey has been great. Glad to be here. Glad to talk to you today.
Great, great. So you said you are from a private institution. So how was your education standard there? I mean, how was your surrounding there?
Yeah, it was good. It was okay. As you know, the fees are in private institute. The fees are very heavy, and the exposure is not great as a government college. So, skill wise or whatever wise, is not great as government colleges. But academics were good in my college, and I had a UG which was very like everybody has. It's very average MBBS guy, not studying the whole year, studying for the last 2 months before exams, preparing for the university, and then forgetting about it, and every year again repeat. So that I had a very good circle. I had a lot of fun, great friends. It was a good time. But yeah, during internship, everything changed. So when during internship, we realized that there is something more to life. We get responsibilities. We think about family, what to do next. So all that happened during internship. But yes, until then, it was very normal, average life.
Okay. You're from which batch?
2017 batch.
2017. Great. So how did you started, when did you started preparing seriously for INI?
So for INI, it was never INI the plan because NEET got postponed. So INI came in front. So it was INI. So but serious PG preparation started from October. Proper full day dedicated to PG started from October onwards, and after November INI is I that it became very full fledged, very focused, very goal directed after November INI. So it has been like it took 6 months, so 6 to 7 solid months.
Okay, okay. So I had seen the message. So you prefer to study in group study?
No, actually, it wasn't group study. I was alone. I was in my grandparents' place. I had my own room and everything. But I had two friends who were like very similar in thought process, and they were always there. From their names are Satya and Gokul. They were always there from my MBBS days itself. So whatever we did, whatever we decided in life, we did it together. So this also preparation also we started together. So we did everything together, and we always discussed like this is what we're going to do, this is the source we are going to take, this is our strategy, how are we going to uh, go about this, and what, like, if there was a GT which has gotten wrong, so we discuss like this question you got right, I got right, so what was our thought process, so how to now become, how to do it better. So it was always a continuous process which was happening. So throughout the journey we were always like discussing like, okay, how to make it better, how to make it, okay, how to achieve what we want. So it was always there. So that's how it happened.
So before, when did you started BTR?
BTR, I started around October 20, around that time. So October 15 to 20, around that time I started BTR. After November I switched to completely to BTR. Like there was from November, I have no other source. My for content, it was only BTR, and for questions, it was Marrow. So it was only these two. None other sources I used. I was fully from these two sources.
So before BTR, what were you following?
So before BTR, I wasn't like, there was no proper preparation. So when I was in internship, I tried to go for these weekend classes in dams. But the problem was I used to go for classes, but I never used to come back and read it. Because we were in internship, we could not do it. So I had not retained enough from that to start again. So it felt as if I have to start my preparation again. and that was not a serious preparation. So I and my friends, we decided, oh, we are going to make BTR. We are going to start BTR. Initially, we wanted to use BTR as a supplement material, but after attending November INI, we realized that we don't have enough time. We have to keep it precise, keep it short, and we have to go for high yield stuff. We cannot focus on the bigger picture. We have to equip ourselves to write the exam, not to gain knowledge, but to able to crack the exam. So that we got after November INI, and after November INI, we full fledged we had gone into BTR.
Okay, okay. Great. So you talked about internship. So was internship hectic in your private institute?
It was a bit hectic. Obviously, the bigger postings are hectic, but the other peripheral postings, they were fine. So that's why I could go for classes now and then. Whenever I could find time, I could go. But I did not per se study a lot during internship. I had a lot of fun in internship. It was more of this last year of parents. So do whatever whatever regrets, you don't should not have any regrets at the end of the thing that you did not do, did not have fun. So it was more of chilling and more of living life. So that was how my internship was. It was never about seriously studying. Obviously, that feeling was there that we have to study, that we have to do better. But the action for that started after internship.
Okay, okay. So you would have given exams before this also. I mean, NEET 2023.
No, no, no. I was not eligible for NEET 2023.
Okay. So you only give INI November
I
2020.
November INI and May INI. Those are the two exams that I've only given.
Okay, and you wrote an exam on
No, no,
11.
I did not. No, I
Okay.
did not write. I did not.
Good, good, great. So, what were your GT scores like?
So when I started out, my GT score started around with 98 correct, 98 questions correct out of 200. So it started like that, and it slowly improved. It very slowly improved. From 98, it went to 110, then 115, then 120. Then for a long time, it was around 140s. For some 5, 6 GTs, it was 140, 145. And finally, after that, it improved. It became 150s. So my last GT, which I wrote after INI, because I felt like I won't get an INI when I wrote the exam. I didn't think I gave a good exam. So I started preparing for NEET. So at that time, I had given a GT, and that GT, my score was 170 correct. That was my last GT. So after that, results came, and that's it. My preparation got over. But that is the story. It include it very slowly at the start, but then after you reach a point, it had a good increase. Marks started to increase.
Okay, so when your marks was not up to your desirable limit, what you desired, so it used to haunt you or it used to push you back?
Yes, when around that time where your marks at one point will get stagnant, it will you will keep on scoring 150, 138, 140, 140, 140. You will keep on scoring. That will give some kind of frustration. I am preparing, but why is not my mark increasing? So the what I did was, and what ma'am told also is to analyze, keep analyzing. So I used to take the GT. After the GT, I would never consider the GT. I would try. It's easy to say it, but you should try to think that GT is not for evaluating evaluating your preparation. It is just to learn. So there is nothing until the exam. There is nothing to evaluate yourself. Everything is a learning process. So I used to think of it as that, think of it like that, and I used to sit and I used to see all the why I thought this way, why this question is wrong, and what went wrong. Did I not know this fact, or is it something which I have understood wrongly from the question? So I used to analyze, and some questions I used to discuss with my friends. I used to be like, okay, well, how did you think this? Why did you think this was correct? And I used to note these down in my notes. I used to note whatever this thing. I used to take that topic and I used to note it next to it. Okay, this topic. Okay, this thing is there. That this concept is there. I used to note it down. So after 2, 3 GTs, my rank slowly started to improve. And then this is what I would say. The idea is to go back, evaluate your GT. Don't feel bad, just evaluate.
Okay, but Do you think that Marrow's GTs are close to what we face in INI or what we faced this time
I
in?
mean, nothing is like you. It's like that's what we should not compare it that way. I feel because anyway, we nobody can predict the questions. Like everybody may say it like so many questions came from so and so source, so many questions came from this source, from this GT. That is all speculation. Nobody knows for true how many came, how much didn't come. We can't say it. So what we can do is only use it as a learning tool. We can't use it as an exam preparatory tool. Like this amount of questions will come from Arrow GT. We cannot say that, and it's. I don't think it's smart to say. I don't think it's like it's a good way of thinking to think that way. It's the GT is just to give you that skill, like how clinical practice is a skill. MCQ solving is also a skill. You need to have that skill, and that skill helps you a lot during exam. And the GT is only there to improve that skill. Is what I feel.
So, as you prepared from BTR fully, so I guess that BTR is sufficient to crack INI from your point of view.
Sufficient to crack INI need both.
Both. So, how much of you think that how much question was asked from that BTR in INI?
I feel around 80% of questions was somewhere there inside BTR. I cannot, if you ask me, show me the page, I cannot do that. But it is there. Definitely 80 to 90% is there. And when I say BTR, it is like everything under BTR. Like there is a section BTR, every video under BTR included. You can't just watch BTR, bonus BTR, and be like, okay, I have finished preparation. No, that's not the way. You have to watch all the ENDs. You have to do all the, you have to do every video under video. You have to do the compiled modules. You have to do everything, and you have to practice it. It's not if you just watch once or twice, you read once, and you can BTR is not a material like you can just watch once, read once, and it will stay with you. No, it's a very short material, very high yielding material, very concise. So you have to keep on reading it again and again. I read it like 7 to 8 times, the whole BTR. So, and I have also done PYQs 3 to 4 times. So I know it's boring to do something again and again, but that's how it goes. You have to repeat it. If you want to compete with someone who is preparing from second year, and they are taking the big way around and they have been studying for this entrance, and if you want to compete, studying by 6 months, 6 months, if you want to compete, this is the way, is what I feel, to repeat it again and again.
Actually, there is misconception as people often think that BTR is very thin, so it would not be covering that much of question. But ma'am does so comprehensively, and now she came with mega BTR and Chota copy. So I think that she must have done approximately 90% of what we have seen in Marrow and all.
Yes, definitely.
So
it's very high yield.
Yeah, definitely. And also revisable. When we do others institute, what we see is that it is not you cannot revise it at the just before exams, and that's when we require the most. So,
yes,
so you said that you did not prepare for NEET after that. I mean, your result came and all. So, what you were expecting that you will be get anesthesia and you are happy with it?
No, actually, once results came, I actually wanted medicine. Okay, I did not want anesthesia, was not my first choice. I wanted medicine. But once results came, I found it very difficult to start studying for NEET because I knew I will get anesthesia in AIMS. For my rank, I will get anesthesia. And I wanted to do critical care at the end of it. So DM critical. Even if I was going to do medicine, I thought that I will more be, I liked ICU a lot during my internship. I thought I will go try to become an ICU doctor. So then I had this I was told that anesthesia is also a way to go to CCM. So then my preparation slowed down, but I was still preparing for NEET. I was still preparing for NEET because NEET got postponed again the night before the exam. So that made me like, fine, we can't do this anymore. We have to go and join. So that was the nail in the coffin. Otherwise, I would have written NEET and I would have seen like compared both the results. Then I would have compared and then I would have chosen an option. But because it got postponed again, I settled with anesthesia.
See, you did your preparation in a very short span of time. As you said that in your MBBS, you did not study much. So how much that of motivation why so much of motivation was inside you? Because somewhere inside you, it was pinching that you have done from private institution and you want to do post graduation from AIMS or a central institute. So that was the driving force, because very few people would be able to bring such a marked improvement in such short span of time.
No, actually, my motivation is what was that, as you said, it was from a private institution. My parents have paid a lot. It's something which we can't for my family. It was something we can't afford. MBBS was something we can't afford, but my parents still made it possible. And I have seen them every time when they have to pay the fees, they will request, he like, can we have some more time, can we need some more time to pay the fees? And I have seen them standing and asking the officials like, can you give us some more time? And I have decided that this situation should never come to me again in life. There should me and others never again in my life, that my parents have to go and ask for me and to request someone for my life. So I wanted to have that power in my hands. So one decision was, I was very sure that whatever happens, I am going to take it in a government college, whether it be state or central. And for that, I was ready to sacrifice anything. Like anything means anything. And I was very sure about that. That was in my mind. It was always there in my subconscious that no matter, nothing is important than this. This is the only thing which is most important. And I believe that if we do the ordinary, this is something ordinary which everybody is doing. Everybody is working hard. Like there were 80,000 aspirants who wrote INI, and I'm sure at least 50, 60,000 would have given their best, would have tried so hard. Everybody is trying. Like there are people who are putting 12, 14, 16 hours per day. So we have no excuse because everybody is doing it. Like everybody with some family issues, some financial issues, personal issues, everybody is struggling. Everybody has their own story, and they are still doing it. So the ordinary thing which we can do is at least put 10 hours per day. We don't have anything else to do in a day. We are focused on our preparation. That is our job. So this 10 hours is something that is a minimum requirement. Like even if you have, like there are people with very difficult situations who are still preparing for this exam. So we should have no excuse. We are blessed to have some house, someone to support us, someone to like, we have the luxury to take a break off. Some people don't have, they have to go to work to support their family. So we had that opportunity to take some time off. So it should never be like we had everything in our hands, but we wasted it. And that regret will never leave us. So that was one motivation which whenever I used to like drop off, whenever I used to feel low, that motivation is what kept us going. And I would say always have a small group, like two friends or one friend who's like similar in your mindset. So whenever you feel down, because it is a very lonely process, preparing is a very difficult and lonely process. And it's a dark phase usually. Like there are a lot of doubts, self doubts, anxieties, insecurities which come up. So if you have a friend group, you can talk to them. You can see their life, and you can also like, okay, fine, everybody is struggling, we should also like support. So supporting each other is a good thing. But even if you don't have, even if you are the only person who is preparing, you just have to believe in yourself little extra. Like give yourself little bit of credit and just go for it.
Actually, I have talked to a lot of people doing their MBBS from private institutions. So they always have that lack of confidence. So when I do this kind
Yes.
of series, so many of them get motivated a lot.
Yes.
So it helps a lot those who are doing presently MBBS from private institute. So what will be your message to the juniors?
My message to juniors is, I would say that the one thing which I have found during my preparation is that repetition is key. So how many times you repeat your content, it's okay if you're studying very small things also, like whatever be your source. My source was BTR. There are many sources out there. You can even study from YouTube also. If you have the capacity, you can study from YouTube also. But whatever it is, you just keep that content and you keep repeating it again and again. You take PYQs, repeat it again and again. So very important, do the questions again and again. Do the same questions, it's okay. You keep doing it again and again. You will, one day, someday you will improve. And the last thing I would like to say is that that is a quote which is very, very close to my heart. The quote goes like, ever tried, ever failed, no matter, try again, again, fail better. So even during the course of your preparation, there is something that it's not going your way, it's not happening the way you want it to. It's okay. You try again, you keep trying. someday you will reach some place which will give you some happiness, is what I would say.
Great, great. It was really a happy moment for me to interview you, and
It was my pleasure. It was a pleasure for me too.
my best wishes for your future. And
Thank you so much. Thank you, bro.
thank you for being
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.